So we narrowly defeated the Buffalo Bills in a 41-38 epic game in the divisional round, and now we're waiting on the results of the AFC Championship Round between the Ravens and the Jaguars to see who we have to beat for a chance at a two-peat. Obviously, barely escaping with this one. Very, very interesting game because we actually took care of the Buffalo Bills, you can see even on the screen right there, easily, both times, and then playoffs hit. Josh Allen is just a different breed, and we're very lucky to be in this one still. Let's move on to the next round, see who we go against. We did play both the teams in the regular season, and I was about to say, the Jaguars were the team that gave us the bigger issues. We had the Ravens, we won by 14, I think it was, and then the Jaguars by only 3. And here we are facing off against those Jaguars again. Looking at the players of the week, Josh Allen won player of the week despite not even winning the game. Roquan with 10 tackles, and then on the NFC side, the Rams, who did win, had a couple of guys get the award for them. Kind of curious to see. So the Ravens only scored 9 points. It's kind of a trend with that Ravens team is they aren't really scoring a lot of points. Their defense is just kind of carrying, but that's kind of irrelevant now because their season is over, and we're taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars here. Roquan getting that player of the week with 10 tackles. Seems a little weird, but let's actually take a look at the season results between the Jaguars. You can see we only won by 3, 19-16, in a game where Drake May really just didn't have much success through the air. 198 yards, 0 touchdowns. Stevenson was great. Problem is we don't have Stevenson right now, so this could be a really challenging one if they're able to limit the running of Brooks and force us to throw the ball, and that defensive backfield, it becomes a problem. It's hard to pass on. We'll take a look at our team real quick, and then their team once again to show you guys where we're kind of looking at. Team Brooks, obviously X factor. He's getting better very quickly, mind you, but at the same time, it is still kind of a situation where, yeah, we miss Stevenson. We'd wish he was out here, but past game, the receivers, they look pretty good. Patton clutched up last week. Came in, perfect timing to come back, and he really looked like he didn't miss a step. It looked like he was playing the entire time, was not out with injury for a while, so it's good to see that. And then the defense, they were, not the best. Not the best. They gave up a lot of big plays. Coverage was all right. It was really just the pass rush. Not able to get in there. Too much time for Josh Allen to throw. There were times where the coverage got burned too, but mainly the pass rush just wasn't there. We brought blitzes. Didn't work. Every time we brought blitzes, Josh Allen found the right guy. And Trevor Lawrence, he's a really good quarterback too. So we'll take a look at the injuries and then the rosters. As you can see, Onwenu is actually back. We can actually take him off IR, and he'll be back starting. But we're still missing Uche and Stevenson. Jaguars, however, 0 injuries, not interceptions. Hope they have a lot of interceptions. And here is the Jaguars roster. You have Trevor Lawrence at the starting quarterback spot, giving me Drake May vibes. Obviously, Drake May is arguably better right now, which is, crazy. The guy's had a crazy glow up. Looking at the running back, ETN, the X factor, 93 speed, 94 excel, very aware, good carrying, jukeability, ball, break tackle, all that stuff is there. Obviously good in the receiving game. Wide receiver, Gabe Davis, very solid route runner, very good catching. Kirk, same situation. And then Brian Thomas, almost called him Ben Thomas. I don't even know who that is. Is that the tight end? Very athletic, the best of really both worlds, best of either of them. Definitely the best wide receiver on this team. Evan Ingram, always a guy that's tough to cover, super athletic, and just gone in a flash. Left tackle, solid. Left guard, decent. Center, amazing. Right guard, solid. Right tackle, pretty damn good. So the line is not a problem. Trayvon Walker on the D-line, definitely a good pass rusher. More of a run stopper, but very good pass rusher as well. And then Josh Hines-Allen can do it all. He can do it all, and he's scary. I do not want to go against him. And then you, of course, have Mason Smith. This is why you worry about the Jaguars team. They're 10-7, kind of falling off the radar a little bit, but they've got a good defense on top of having some pretty good playmakers on offense. Aluakun's still fast. Lloyd is really good. Green is probably playing the wrong scheme. Cornerback Bacon, he's just fast enough at 6'3". Garner at number 2 is solid, and then for some reason Tyson Campbell's not higher. You got day one starter at Garner when Tyson's definitely better. He's got almost 90 in both coverage styles, which I'm not sure why they're not starting him as the number 1, but maybe that makes the slot tougher. And, usually we have Douglas as that safety valve when no one's really paying attention on those third downs. and then he gets open. I don't know if that's going to happen here if he's going against Tyson Campbell. Cisco, athletic, good zone coverage, and then Amani Hooker, not as fast, but very good zone coverage. Kicker, punter, that's really where this team struggles. So if you see a situation where it's a field goal battle, it's a close game, it comes down to a field goal, do they even have the leg to hit it? We'll find out. Weekly strategy has us seeing that the Jaguars are actually a really good run team. Their points per game are high in general, though. I guess you go short pass because you got a couple of possession guys in there, and you have that run game as far as what they do well on defense. Apparently, they don't play well in pass defense. Their rush defense is good, though. I don't know what to think here. I think I'm going to run inside. I still think running the ball is going to be huge for us. These are our focus players. Let's do it. For our upgrades, Azeez Ojulari is definitely the biggest name of the bunch, the most important name of the bunch, if you will. 87 overall now with his speed rusher upgrade. 1 to power move, 1 to finesse, putting him now at 98 finesse with the morale boost. Without it, still really high. Even has just enough power moves to get it done too. Finesse, the speed rushing, so good this year. Sidney Weston, another one of those safeties that we could have easily seen as a starter at one point, but right now we got the guys that we like. And you can see that we, have an 85 zone coverage, like backup to the backup. We've got a lot of safeties on this team. There's no problem there. And then Marquise Allen, haven't really seen him play too much. Kind of a special teams guy right now. There just in case we have another injury to the running back position. Not a bad player by any means. A little surprised that he was still there, available. It's just a lot of running backs, dime a dozen. It's kind of tough. But here it is, May versus Lawrence. Patriots versus Jaguars. Winner represents the AFC in the Super Bowl. Didn't really see who was on the other side other than the Rams. Not really looking forward or too far ahead, just in case, as we have a rainy one at home. I definitely would have thought this would have been a snowy one if we were going to have a little bit of precipitation, but I suppose sometimes it heats up a little bit during the colder months and you have just enough warmth to avoid snow, which I don't know if that's good or bad for us. I really don't know if we would rather have snow here or not than rain, but I suppose both teams have to deal with it, so at the end of the day, you can't really have it as an excuse, especially when you're at home. You're at home, this is your doing, in a way. If we were on the road, arguably wouldn't have had the weather, so what can you say about it? We're, of course, going to be kicking the ball off first. It's kind of our bread and butter. It's what we do. Although, for some reason, when they show that, it's the return. It looked like Douglas back there, no? Is he a special teamer? I usually see, the same, 5 or 6 dudes, pause, on special teams, so I don't see no Douglas Mitchell getting in there. Definitely see Mitchell a lot, who shows up quite a bit when we need him the most in there. But Etienne and Lawrence, kind of the two main guys to focus on in this one. You got a lot of receivers. Pretty much impossible to focus on just one of them. Lawrence with unbelievable numbers this year, over 4,000 yards, 38 touchdowns to under double-digit interceptions at 9. And they're going to start her off maybe with a run. They've got a lot of players up. Got the lead fullback. It is going to be a bait out and quick throw to the outside. Not super open. You might have that tight end over the middle on us, but that is still going to be a gain of 6. We have Collins playing a little bit deeper in this one. You got to watch out for that speed of Brian Thomas. Oh my, that's a wide open Kirk that we just saved the day on. And they're going to lose 2 yards on that sideline throw. It actually might have been Gabe Davis, not Kirk. Kind of hard to see sometimes who's who. Warmack got 5 wide. Got to be on our best behavior, and that's exactly what I was worried about. Gave him an inch, thinking it was going to be like a short out. I think even Evan Ingram thought maybe it was going to be a short out, threw it upfield, and somehow recovered. Really didn't feel like he was even ready for it. It was like a double move, and the ball came out quicker than he thought. Did he even look at the ball once? This guy's like a telepath. And here we go with another play after first down. A little short zig. Can't cover it. We actually did pretty well there, considering Evan Ingram would have been wide open if we didn't drop back on that. Dial going against Ingram. But then you have Beasley going against Kirk, so I'm not really sure what we're doing here. We're out there with Beasley, but we're on the ground. Thankfully, Etienne's still only going to gain 2. 3rd and 3, chance to get off the field. At least we're showing better than last week that we can maybe get a stop. Last week, we weren't even getting to these 3rd and shorts. It was basically first down every time before we even hit 3rd. We're on the running back, and he's in trouble. Welcome back, Dial, to the starting lineup. Of course, Dial's played a lot of snaps over the last few weeks, but for the most part, we've had Collins in the slot more, but I feel like we need a little bit deeper of a faster safety deep. And that's what we get with Collins being back there. And Dial on the blitzes, as good as ever. Going to force the punt. Of course, we know Drake May's numbers pretty damn well, and their punter did a really good job inside the 8-yard line. We're going to be running out early with Brooks for a gain of about 12 to get us to that kind of starting point of 20 yards. Now it's basically a touchback. It's not really how it works, but it is sort of. Going to be looking for a wide-open Faulkner. Not a great throw, but good enough to gain about 8. Offense is looking pretty good right now. Receivers are getting open. Not always a thing that you can easily say against this Jaguars team. And outside we lose a lot of yards. We lose 3, now 3rd and 5. Patton on the slant. Douglas, will he get enough separation to risk that throw? Going to go to the running back, Brooks. The ball's a little underthrown, but it's going to be there because they are just not up at all near the line to gain. I mean, we probably could have threw to Faulkner for a first down there too, but obviously we hesitated because we want to make sure that we're not going to just throw it into coverage. Oh, we're in trouble. Good throwaway, if you will. 2nd and 10 run, always super hit or miss. If it works, you're a genius. If it doesn't work, you're an idiot. Oh, God, they got blitz, and our fullback, or whoever the lead was, just didn't see him and let Lloyd come in free. It's now 3rd and 13. Is that back-to-back plays that they blitzed Lloyd? Could we not do that? It's going to be a tough throw, but it's a dot! Patton holds on, slips off the tackle to the 50. Huge big-time throw. And a huge conversion to keep this drive alive. Don't know if there was other players and maybe easier to read, but I've seen Patton pretty open. That's a guy that I can depend on as Brooks going to spin in for 2. Didn't want to go that far out, kind of set it up that way, try to cut back in, but got grabbed. Was setting up that cutback and just never got to it. 2nd and 8, I mean, we're not as far behind as before, so here we go with a nice run. Unfortunately, once again, our lineman getting lost, whoever it was, we had a chance to lead block there and maybe even score. But as long as we got a first down, I'm happy with it. Equal on both sides. I don't know why left just feels better, though. And we gain about 2 again, maybe. And we're trying to commit to this run game. It's been hit or miss, which I guess isn't the worst thing. It's better than just straight miss. We're going to quick throw that to Douglas, who drops it by getting blasted by Lloyd, who's everywhere. Don't want to do anything too crazy because we do have points, assuming we hit it with the field goal. And we had a lot of time to throw. It's just our guys just didn't get open, you know. Considering they brought a blitz, we actually had a pretty good amount of time. And that will be 4th and 9. Douglas got hurt. That's great. Field goal time. Oh, man, this is great. Right about here. I can't believe how fast this is moving, though. I mean, that is perfect. It's literally right down the middle. Jeez, I was worried that I didn't put enough power on. I wanted to play it safe because if you hit that red in weather like this, it's just automatically miss. But we did it. We got it. First points of the game. Maybe not a lot of efficiency from either side. Well, I mean, it's not a bad drive from either side. But definitely not a lot of incompletions, which is why that first quarter is almost gone already. And there's nobody on the sideline. Gamble gets bumped on the way through. And I had to just speak, didn't I? Davis for a massive touchdown down the sideline to give them the lead. What genuinely happened there? Like, was it... Was it? I don't even know. So, of course, you have the invert, which means Gamble's got to get out there. Yeah, why is Gamble so inside? Like, he's nowhere to be found. I mean, of course, he doesn't get bumped mid-play, which, I mean, you can't really call that PI because our guy's, like, running into him, if anything. You probably would have got him, but, yeah, that's not going to happen when you're out of position. So, this team can't run cover 2. Yeah, talk about efficiency. You can't get much more efficient than 70 yards in 8 seconds. Harper on the return. Maybe shouldn't be on the return if Douglas is actually seriously hurt. Harper gets to the 30 just about, though. There's a little play action. All the action behind the line. Harper's open. It's a terrible throw, though. Not sure how you're missing a guy that fast. That's right in front of you, but sure. 2nd and 10, we're going to run the ball. Pass game's been a little iffy at times. And there goes Brooks, who gets slammed, but still gains 8. Going to go with stick. I think 2nd down and short. Oof, I don't really like the way they're on Faulkner here. Inside handoff. Good enough blocking. Good juke move. Gains 3. But don't get me wrong, I felt like we had that play, but I'm still going to juke in there just to guarantee that little, ankle break potentially. As the receivers are not blocking well. Mitchell gets 3. Thankfully, they didn't call, Forward progress there. Brooks back out there for the screen pass. Big play potential. You know he was going to be out there. It's going to be pretty open. Get a really good set of blocks. Screen game really hasn't been much for us this season. Big play that time, though. We do have that play action out to the right. 2-minute warning you could go with, but he got 5 down, so, I mean, I feel like we probably have the mismatch. And that is a lot of PI, but it works out as Faulkner gets open enough to catch it to the 21. Huge play. Might have just been incidental contact, but I feel like he got bumped a lot on that play, but still completed the play. That's all that matters. As that huge touchdown is going to give the Jaguars the lead. We're going to try to take it back here in a moment. Having a nice drive, but can we finish? Patton one-on-one. They got the safety, but he's going to be pretty occupied with Faulkner. I mean, he's got... Oh, my God. That's going to be intercepted. It's underthrown. Wow. Patton easily won off the line. Throw that inside, and the ball just falls completely flat. I really don't know what that throw is, but that is a takeaway for the Jacksonville Jaguars defense. That's a touchdown, and he just... It's a terrible throw. Like, that is so incredibly badly thrown. It's insane. I mean, he's got him by like 3 yards. Even a straight-up bullet pass, it should be there. And it's terrible. Can't really do a touch or a lob because, I mean, he's already in the end zone at that point pretty much. It's just... Ooh, that's a little bit of a late hit on the QB. Thankfully, they didn't call it. 2 yards gain to ETN. We had a chance there. I'm not too worried about like our defense not being able to make a stop. I trust them. I just don't like that we took, lost points. And really, really good tackle there, but it's still going to be a manageable 3rd and 1. I mean, you pretty much got to bring a blitz here, right? They're not going to run it. He's going to throw it over to ETN. Who gets tackled one-on-one? Collins, the rookie. What a play. I don't know if he's injured. He looks like he's injured, though. What the hell is going on there? Patton's on the return. What the hell's going on here? I'm so confused. Last game we did it in a big situation. Sure, but not like as like the full-time return man. We've seen that one trick play with him. It went pretty far, and we're like, yeah, that's our return man, baby. And that's a great play by Brooks. We've had a lot of times where that play just doesn't happen because the ball is thrown at a weird time, but Brooks just runs through that so cleanly that, a lot of times it does lead to a big play. I'd rather just go play action again. This play worked for us last time. Patton one-on-one, though, maybe on the streak. Parham. It's a little behind him, and thankfully caught. I mean, Lloyd had a chance at that, too. Really surprised with how he's playing this game. He didn't come away with it. Inside run for Brooks. I don't really like the way they're lined up. And good job by Brooks again, 3 or 4. I feel like if the look is, 3 yards, I'm taking it. Is that going to be Harper? No, it's Douglas back in the lineup for 6. And I was going to pitch it back to the running back, but the last time I seen that, it just went terribly. Brooks, good move. Inside zone again. You got a lot of players up, but I still believe in this line. And Brooks will get a lot of it. Down to the 1. Serve to the line. See how they want to line up. And Brooks falls in for the touchdown. I worry that knee might have been down early. I worry that he might be short. And there's nothing to worry about. We hit the extra point, and we are up by 3 again. Like I said, I believe in this defense. Just hate that we lost that scoring opportunity as the defense is doing really well against ETN. Everything involving ETN, who is a very good player, has been, I wouldn't say negative for them, but it hasn't been as positive as they were hoping for. Oh, it's a really good counter. And we just had to speak, huh? They gained 9. It's 3rd and 2, though. Not going to be as heavy of a blitz. Sounded like a damn Muppet there. I don't know what the hell that was. Dial coming in. One-on-one, of course. What do you think? Not going to happen. Huge hit by Collins, but that is a first down ETN. Massive clutch up. Came in with that conservative tackle. Spam the hell out of it. Just, ETN is who he is. They got a running back Riddick now in. Oh, that's a free rush. Ojulari burning through the line for a loss of 9 on the sack. There you go. I miss Uche, but, Ojulari holding it down. Love to see it. Azeez Ojulari. I really wish they would show the point of, him actually pass rushing. Love to see if, he just outran him. What happened there? And it was just the stance. Such a wide stance. And he goes around the receiver. And the receiver basically blocks his own guy. And that is going to be a nice one. Thankfully, I said nice one instead of sack. But, you know, it's a nice sack. I mean, it's a 9-yarder. It's a massive one. A lot of yards lost. We're on that perfectly. And almost picked by Dial. The ball is going to be dropped. That's how tight the coverage was. 3rd and 19. Was going to run a man blitz, but I can't. I feel like we're just going to sell if we do. There's nobody on him. And that's a huge play by McKenzie. Another underthrow from the quarterbacks. Damn, that lineman. Who is that guy? Put him on defense. The guy, he killed us. Greedy McKenzie showing off that first aim yet again. Taking the ball away on what could have been a touchdown. I mean, we covered inside with Beasley. There was 2 wide open plays there. I don't know what's going on with Gamble, but I honestly am like considering benching him. Like, he is really not playing well right now. But thankfully, the ball is a little underthrown. McKenzie, fast enough trail speed with the size, gets it. And now we're back out on offense with the lead. Like, genuinely, I get Brooks as the inside, the middle inside, but, like, he just completely leaves it. You know, we save it with Beasley a little bit to make it at least look covered up. But, I mean, if he takes that shot, he probably has him. Gamble's just biting on the stupidest stuff. Like, what is he doing? Like, he's giving up a potential touchdown if it was a faster receiver. Like, if we see that one more time, he's benched. Like, just straight up. Like, there's nothing else I can say about it. A tough one for Faulkner. Oh, he spins out of it. Gains 12. I was thinking, it's probably a little bit of a force. Kind of wasteful. But no, it worked out. Patton on the corner. They actually kind of have that covered well. Drake May is... This is a lot to ask for. And it's dropped by Patton. Wow, that is an unbelievable throw by Drake May. And Patton just straight up drops it. Got a couple of one-on-ones across the board. You know what? They're kind of leaving the inside open. They got a lot of guys up, but they're on the edge for the most part. And thankfully, the speed of Brooks showed up because they let Walker damn near free. Flood drive, such a hit-or-miss play. Sometimes you get that huge play with Faulkner, and other times you just get perfect coverage. There goes Polk, first play of the game. Spins into the first down. First and 10, screen pass from the 13. Not only the down and distance that is unexpected. As Brooks, I mean, just had no support there. Gained 4 by just cutting all the way back into the field. They had a chance there for something big, and the linemen are just slow to the point. That is to the moon, huh? Oh my God, he almost caught it. I did want to float it a little bit to that side because he had the inside on him. But, yeah, that just wasn't happening. Or he had the outside on him. The guy was trailing from the inside. There goes Douglas running a great route for a touchdown. No! Saved at the 1. Arguably, though, if we get stopped here, but we still end up the touchdown. Maybe not the worst case, but Brooks going in for number 2. And he will be denied. I'm surprised they're not calling timeout here. We'll take that every day of the week, though. I mean, whether we score a touchdown or not, I want them to have less time, right? So we're going to let this run all the way down. From the 1, 2 seconds. Cut inside, and Brooks shows some power as well and gets the touchdown. Up by 2 possessions. Damn, look at the power. Not quite Stevenson there, but very respectable nonetheless. See what Jacksonville wants to do. They got 3 timeouts. That's perfect coverage. And then Trevor Lawrence shows off the speed. Unbelievable. That is like, I'm genuinely shocked that he didn't fall for that bait. Like, that was perfect coverage. We dropped back over right at the perfect time. Oh, it's a screen pass. And ETN is going to go out of bounds, is it? I'm not really concerned about us getting the ball back, so that's not really something I'm even thinking about. But it would be nice to get off the field here. Oh! Okay, I guess it was just a little over his head. I thought Dial had a chance at a pick there. Maybe we would have got the ball back. Maybe we would have scored a touchdown. Gamble going against the tight end. Oh, wow, that's a really good throw and drop by Gamble off the deflection. We were in perfect play there, and the deflection pick just didn't happen. Gotta say, though, the check down on the other side of the field was pretty open, wasn't it? Can't believe you didn't see that. Booth going against Ingram. I do understand what they're doing there, but they just didn't get enough of what they needed. It's going to be a Hail Mary because they're just out of range. Could go for the short out, but it's tough. Instead, you go for the Hail Mary, see what happens. Lawrence going to take that shot, and he has a chance. And that ball is knocked away, a little overthrown. All the receivers kind of too deep. It's a 10-point lead with ball at half. We're looking a lot better than last week. Definitely a different one as there's been more turnovers, more turnover-worthy plays. The efficiency isn't as quite there. Might just be the weather causing that, but ultimately we're up by 10, and I'm not going to complain. You have the Eagles and the Rams on the other side. A little bit less exciting because it's the 1 and the 2 seed, but two really solid teams, especially that Eagles team. I don't know how the hell you're going to beat them, but see if the Rams can do it. Could be the 1 seed versus the 1 seed if we hold on here, as our run game's done just enough, I think, to make them respect it. It's opened things up just enough in the pass game as well, and outside of a really big blown play on defense by that number 30 right there, who's having a terrible game, we've had a pretty good time of it. Let's go with the inside run again, and then continue to defend short. Bolden on the return. Very good straight line runner. Doesn't really have many blocks, though, and only gets us to the 21. We got a cross from the motion slot receiver. They're going to be bringing a blitz. It's going to be a tough throw. And that's going to be caught by Douglas. Great play. Of course, we had multiple receivers open, kind of deep. For good reason. They brought pretty much the whole house. We saw it early. We got out of the way. And we're going to end up with a pretty big play there. Going to run that to the right. Good job by Faulkner. Brooks with a decent quick juke. Still going to get tackled, though, for 4. It's been a, 4 yards per carry type of game. And there goes Polk. Perfect route. Polk cutting inside of the 45-yard line. Still fighting to the 45-yard line. This play's had potential for us this season. Hasn't really been many huge plays, but there's been a little bit of an opening at times. And it's not going to be this time. Oh my God. A, thankfully it wasn't a fumble. B, Mason Smith almost just had one of the craziest plays in playoff history. He genuinely dove for that like he was going to get it. That is crazy. Polk wins. Oh my God, they're in again instantly. Sacked, 3rd and 21. Back-to-back plays where we look up, and by the time we're out of it, they're in there. That's wild. And unfortunately, I don't think a screen pass is going to get us out of this one. Patton, maybe. Polk, maybe. I mean, they're on that, but we give them a chance, and it's a perfect throw to the 36. Oh my, put a little touch pass on it because I figured if we don't get it, it's still going to be a great punt. If you throw a pick there, it could be a touchdown. No shot we're kicking this. We'll be trusting Brooks on this one. I mean, I don't see how you don't get this first down there. I don't know what they're doing here. Nice spin move, taken down anyways. What a throw, though. I know it's going to be a long throw, but I was like, I'd rather at least give ourselves a chance than to kind of rush this in there and not have a chance to throw it there. As Brooks, nice fight for 7. They had a real chance there, too. I mean, the pressure they were applying there, they put us in a really tough spot. Really good blocking there on the run for 5 first down. We haven't had those like kind of explosive run plays, but we've had some plays. Corners. Oh, my. Okay, I thought that was going to be picked off. Went for the kind of possession jump, face catch, if you will, and ball just wasn't there to be face caught. In trouble again, and we're going to barely get that ball off 3rd and 10. It's funny because I'm like inadvertently playing like we're up by 10, but I'm forgetting that we are. It's wild. Patton, nope. Polk. Wide open. Almost dropped it to the 1. A lot of runs here at the goal line. I know we're pulling the Seattle thing, but I just don't know if they expect to pass. And they did, but not enough as Mitchell's going to be open for the touchdown, and that's a big play. With this extra point, we will go up by 3 possessions, which we hit halfway through the 3rd. Really good drive. Took away half the clock there on a 13 play, and we're in a good spot. I know it's just because their D-line is better, but it is crazy, when it comes back and, our line is worse than ever. But obviously, this is arguably the best D-line in football. Maybe when we're healthy, we give some teams a run, but right now they are healthy. You got 3 90-plus overall guys. Maybe lack of abilities hurts them a little bit, but still, it's one of the best. Not a shocker that our O-line is struggling. It's not been terrible. It's just been, when it has been. What a hit by Gamble. Unbelievable hit. When it has been terrible, it's been really terrible. 2nd and 5. Goddamn Beasley going against Kirk. Wow, Max just got smoked. Unbelievable coverage there. Gonzalez swamping him. All right, we're going to play it a little more risky. We have no safety help. We bring in the blitz. They pick it up pretty well. And he's going to have to throw it away. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be 4th and 5. It's perfect man coverage across the board. The DBs have been unbelievable. As much as I want to bring in the block, I think you do try to return this. He's pretty much forced to kick it to you. Allen, the new running back on a return, showing off that speed to the 39. Nice return. I mean, they're in a really bad spot. If you have even like a couple minutes drive here, this is going to be putting them really in a bad one. But, oh my. Good job by Brooks to get like a yard on that. Looks like it's going to be up to the passing game, which, I mean, really hasn't been the best. And that is a wide open Faulkner who's just damn near unguardable. Definitely looking a bit better in this one. I'm trying to hurry up to the line because Polk is, the guy's kind of sleeping a little bit. That's a lot to ask for, but I think the timing was there. If we had a half second longer and we floated that in there, I would have had a chance. Should be running every first down, though. Every first down, no matter how predictable it is, we should be running the ball. As Brooks on second down is going to get a lot anyways for 12. We'll say they're a little more prepared on this one, but we'll still do the motion thing and run the ball. Get that clock moving more. As Brooks going to get some pretty good blocks again. Spins again for about almost the same exact yardage. Should be letting that play clock in a little lower, though. Patton, uh-oh. He's got the juke moves, and he's in! Sleeping a little bit. Oh, it's first down. He's going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball again. Or whatever it was second and short, first and short. I think it was first down. Sleeping just enough. D. Patton. He is a monster on the outside. And that juke move, it catches people off guard. You got a guy that big moving that fluidly. And you're going to get your ankle snapped every time. That might be the dagger. In the rain against a team that we struggled with earlier in the year. And we're doing really well right now. Big hit. Wow, okay, we're just not going to bring him down. That is the wildest 9 yards I've seen in a while. Like, it felt like he was going to be able to break it away for, like, a huge play, and he only got 9. 9 through the air after all that is kind of wild. But hey, we're not going to complain. We step inside, and there goes a big play for ETN. Good tackle, Jeromepkr. On the outside, you have Lawrence throwing a pretty good ball to McKenzie for, McKenzie's guy. Thomas for 8. Past McKenzie, I suppose. Look like Gamble's looking out into the stands. What is he doing? Going for the rush. We got a piece of him, but Gonzalez is beat for the first time in a while. Well, I say that, but Gabe Davis has a huge yardage. I don't remember who gave up the play. It was probably McKenzie. Well, actually, no, it was Gamble, technically. Get over there, McKenzie. That drags open. And thankfully for us, Gabe Davis goes down on that play. Did he get hurt? That felt like a touchdown play, and obviously they not only need touchdowns, but they need them quickly, so that's kind of a mistake. They got to hike this before the 4th. Wow, okay. I guess we're headed to the 4th with a 24-point deficit. I mean, we're as in the Jaguars. Not sure what's going on there, but we'll definitely take the situation we're in. And normally I'd be blitzing in these situations, but the more plays they run without scoring, the better. So, Trevor Lawrence should have been picked off for the game winner, and Gonzalez drops it. It's not usually us dropping these passes. Usually the defense on the other side. Dial want to come in there. Over the middle, and good fight by Thomas to the 2. Now we'll obviously blitz it, because not only do we, A, expect run, but B, need to get there early. If not, brought the whole house, and that's a perfect throw. Wide open. Kirk is going to get them on the board again. Probably a 2-point conversion situation. Make it 2 possession. It's going to be tough, though, for them. And, yep, sacked. Could be even a score for us. Oh, his foot barely touched. That would have been insane, though. 18-point deficit. Our ball. Shouldn't even be returning these, but our kick return game usually is pretty good. Not so much this game, though, as Bolden gets to the 28. Parham, decent enough blocking as Brooks gets about 7. Points allowed, 31 today. They're the 6th-ranked team, but they're playing against probably, the number 1-ranked offensive points per game. Which now, of course, is going to lead to us trying to chew this clock a bit. Stretch play. I don't know what our lineman's doing there. On Wenu not ready to return back to action? Is that what that is? There's nobody on Faulkner at all. That is crazy bad. Why would you leave? Well, I mean, I guess pretty much anyone on this team can be considered a really good 3rd down guy. But why would you leave Faulkner, the tight end? We're going to throw the ball. It's first down. Wouldn't expect it. Wide open receiver. It's not the greatest throw, but Patton will catch it all the way down to the field at the 24-yard line. The mobility of May creating that extra time. Also, not a huge fan of Faulkner just never releasing. Like, Patton doesn't get open over the middle. Or, I mean, oh, what a freaking move. You're basically forced to throw it away. As another one, you know, their 9th-ranked rush defense giving up 116 on the ground. But once again, don't beat yourselves up too much. You're going against the freaking New England Patriots here. What do you expect? As Brooks fights and loses a yard. Run game actually looks really open again. I'm not really sure why. 3rd and 2. Let's try it. And we're going to get just enough. I mean, they're just so slow to the line, and they're not really lining up properly on top of it. Do we see Patton get another one? We might. Nah, this time he learned. He played that outside. Wow, Drake May with 284,244 yards. Barely have the time. Oh my, he's got to catch that. That needs to be caught. I will say, considering it was supposed to be a fade, I'm surprised he was even in position to make that catch. He threw to the outside as Brooks will score another touchdown to make this a complete blowout on our way to a back-to-back Super Bowl. I mean, we're just absolutely dominating this one. I really didn't think it was going to be like this either. I really worried about the Jaguars versus the Ravens. Ravens, I was like, you know what? They're not really built well to play against us. They're a run-heavy team. We're a run-good defense. And this pass attack with all these receivers, it was a more scary thought, but nope. We took care of business. Jaguars drive down pretty well, but then they get stopped. 4th and 1. 3 plays in a row. It's like 2nd and 1, and they just couldn't get it. And really good play by ETN to find the opening. From the 3 now, I mean, it would take the most miracle of miracles to win, but they could make it a little more respectable. And that will happen. They're going to go for an onside kick. I mean, they literally need every single one of these, which they actually almost got. Oh my, what a hit. And we're going to find our way to a 38-20 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Took care of business on offense. Wasn't always pretty. Pass game, a lot of sacks at times and pushed back, but we usually persevered. 3rd and 20-something. We found a way to make it 4th and 1. Got the conversion there. Just whenever anything bad happened, we were able to find an answer for it. Maybe the next play after. Defense did a pretty good job. Pass rush was okay. Blitzing was probably one of our worst blitzing games yet, to be fair, but coverage was one of our best. I know we gave it that big play for 70, but outside of that, there really wasn't a better game coverage-wise, especially considering the receivers they had that I can really remember this season. Really good coverage, obviously, and then looking at their numbers, I mean, the numbers are going to reflect that they're okay, but there's a lot of short completions in there. I mean, they had a 70-yard touchdown and still finished with less yards per throw than a quarterback that had 32 long. That just proves how those numbers are a little misleading. There's a lot of throws in there that were short, didn't lead to first downs. No broken tackles for Brooks, technically, but, 3 touchdowns, 136 yards, and a win, breaking the hearts of the Jaguars, I suppose. Faulkner, pretty good game. Gabe Davis obviously had that big 70-yarder. Patton, obviously, some clutch plays in there. Polk with some big ones. Brooks with a couple of screen passes, some setup plays. Defensively, we had a sack for Ojulari and Dial, 1 for Walker. McKenzie with a pick, Garner with a pick on 2 underthrows from both quarterbacks. But we are going to win that game and move on to the Super Bowl to face, I mean, who knows? Could it be the Eagles? Could it be the Rams? Rams at the number 1 seed surprised me, so it wouldn't surprise me with that surprise that they are actually kind of that team, right? Like, to be still here, it's like, okay, maybe they are good. Maybe they're going to be the team that actually is in the Super Bowl. Got a couple of upgrades coming out of that one. Brooks obviously had a really solid game and player of the week, I would imagine, type of game. Change of direction, which is great. Juke move, one a carrying. Change of direction is probably like his biggest concern. He's already a really good juke move guy, really good spin move guy. Stiff arm is solid. Trucking's good. Very fast. Carrying solid. Ball carrier vision's good. Break tackle is kind of low, so that is another concern, I suppose. But it really is mainly that change of direction. But yeah, that's a nice upgrade. He gets the change of direction on that one, speaking of. And then we have Dial, who's already a pretty good man guy. So maybe we do actually start going zone a little bit. Normally, the whole go man-to-man, you get, kind of upgrades similar to Playmaker or Finesse has been working, but not going to be the case this time, it seems. 2 to zone, 1 to man, still gets the man coverage anyways, so 78 zone coverage, he's getting there. But speaking of getting there, we got there. We got to the Super Bowl. We're not going to actually see the Super Bowl, I don't think. Actually, no, we would. We'd know if I went. I was about to say I want to go to the Pro Bowl first and just, wait till next one to see the Super Bowl, but we would actually know if we went to the Pro Bowl, unfortunately. So we're going to actually leave it there. I like to keep the suspense. Who is it going to be? Is it the Rams? Is it the Eagles? Based on these performances, I can't really tell. The Rams did have a really good game against Seattle, but outside of that, and then that one game of Eagles versus Buccaneers, you're not really seeing much from the NFC side. You look at our games, or not even our games, but our side, you have the Jaguars who won by 10 against the Chiefs in a high-scoring affair. The Bills had a high-scoring one. Ravens were decently high-scoring. Obviously, we had a high-scoring one against the Bills, and then a big one against the Jaguars right here, whereas most of the games in the NFC side kind of seem tame, lesser yardage or points. Maybe the games are close, but low points. So I don't know if the defense is just better in the NFC or the NFC is just not going to be ready for what we're about to bring to the table. Either way, we're waiting between the results of the 1 and 2 seed of the NFC side, and we'll see next episode who it is in the Super Bowl, and will we be able to have the two-peat? Of course, if we have the two-peat, I guess even if we don't have the two-peat, still want to have that 2 out of 3, so there will be at least one more season. But it would be cool to go for a 3-peat. We have never, to be fair, I don't know if we've ever won for a 2-peat in a franchise and gotten it, let alone done a 3-peat. We've definitely never done that. So a lot riding on this next one we'll find out. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I appreciate continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content. Maybe Indiana Jones today. If not, maybe tomorrow, because I don't know if I'm going to do a main channel upload for Christmas or not. Could do a special type of rebuild or something. We'll see. Not 100% sure. And that's pretty much going to be it. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. Hope you have a good day. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya. And once again, shout out to all the members of the channel. Appreciate you guys a ton, especially brand new member Tonio. Welcome to the members squad. Of course, Tonio, whoever doesn't know, we do have that members-only exclusive rebuild. Maybe check it out. And if you're new and not a member, you want to become a member, click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details will be in there. Regardless, whether you're a member or not, appreciate you all watching, and see ya.